In the vibrant city, where the pulse of life beat with the rhythm of hustle and dreams, there lived a billionaire CEO named Adeobi Nwosu. At just 35, Adeobi was the mastermind behind Nwosu Tech, one of the fastest-growing tech firms in Africa. She was respected, feared, and admired, but despite her success, her heart felt empty. Adeobi had watched her friends find love, build families, and live the lives she secretly yearned for. Ever since her own father's passing, followed by her mother's struggle with illness, Adeobi had always poured herself into her work, believing it was her duty as the family's breadwinner. But that relentless pursuit of success had led her to a solitary life, one devoid of romance or genuine connection. She felt like a ghost at her own life, drifting through board meetings and charity galas, with only business rivals and investors for company. One fateful day, after another failed relationship with a suitor interested in her wealth rather than her heart, Adeobi decided to take her fate into her own hands. Inspired by a spontaneous conversation with her best friend, Tai, she crafted a plan. She would give herself a fresh start. Faking an online persona as a single mom named Amora, she would join a dating app dedicated to family-oriented individuals. If she could portray herself as someone vulnerable and relatable, maybe she could discover a real connection. With her heart racing and her fingers trembling, she created Amora's profile, a picture of a beautiful woman with kind eyes and a sweet smile, accompanied by two adorable toddlers that she had borrowed from a friend. She wrote an enticing bio about her love for family, her passion for the arts, and her longing to find a partner who would appreciate the beauty in the chaos of life. Almost immediately, messages began pouring in. But one stood out, a charming architect named Chaik. His profile radiated warmth, humor, and a commitment to family, resonating perfectly with Adeobi's fabricated persona. They chatted for weeks, sharing stories of childhood, dreams, and the challenges of raising children alone, she, playing the part of a dedicated mother, and he, sharing tales of his niece whom he adored. As their bond deepened, Adeobi felt a growing connection that was both exhilarating and terrifying. She found herself questioning whether this was truly what she wanted. Could she really fall for someone while living a lie? But the thrill of romance and the possibility of real love drowned out her doubts. They eventually agreed to meet at a cozy cafe in Victoria Island. On the day of their meeting, Adeobi arrived early, her heart racing with anticipation. "Please, like and subscribe for free." Dressed casually, her mother's warmth emanated from every smile and every laugh she prepared to share. When Chaik walked in, looking handsome and charming with that disarming smile, her facade felt more like a burden than a path to love. As they sat across from each other, conversations flowed like rivers. He shared tales of his architectural adventures, his dreams of building affordable housing, and his love for community work. Adeobi found herself captivated by his passion and sincerity. For the first time in ages, she felt seen for who she was, not as a billionaire or a corporate mogul but as a woman longing for connection. However, as the date came to a close, the weight of her deception weighed heavily on her heart. Could she continue this charade? That evening, she made a decision. She would tell Chaik the truth about her identity, whether it shattered the budding romance or not. The next day, as they met again, Adeobi took a deep breath. "Chaik, there's something I need to tell you," she said softly, feeling vulnerable. "I've been dishonest about who I am. My name is not Amora, it's Adeobi Nwosu. I'm not a single mom. I'm a CEO." Silence enveloped the room. Chaik's expression shifted from surprise to concern. "Adeobi Nwosu? The tech mogul?" he asked, a mixture of admiration and apprehension in his eyes. "Yes, that's me. I know I should have been honest from the start. I wanted to see if you liked me for who I am, not my wealth or status." To her surprise, instead of anger or betrayal, Chaik laughed. "You had me worried there for a moment. I was starting to think you were going to say you were a secret agent or something." Relief washed over her as he continued. "I was actually taken by your heart when I thought you were a single mom. Your story resonated with me not because of the wealth, but because you care about connection." In that moment, Adeobi realized that their relationship had forged a bond that transcended her initial deception. They continued to meet, and as the days turned into weeks, their relationship blossomed. Chike admired her ambition as much as her vulnerability, and Adeobi found solace in his authenticity and his immense kindness. Eventually, they stood hand in hand at the bustling Lekki Ikoyi Link Bridge, gazing out at the breathtaking sunset. "I didn't expect to fall for you," Chike whispered, his eyes sparkling with sincerity. "But here we are." Adeobi smiled as she felt her heart swell with love. "I was terrified of losing you, but it seems that the truth has brought us closer instead," she confessed. Through candid conversations and the journey they navigated together, Adeobi learned that the richest rewards in life could not be quantified by wealth or status. True love can, indeed, blossom from honesty, vulnerability, and the magic of being unapologetically oneself. With the skyline of Lagos as their backdrop, the future gleamed bright, filled with the promise of love, laughter, and perhaps, one day, a family, a new chapter that was only just beginning.